I want Mack Ford to spend the rest of his life in prison. I want him to admit the things that he did to all of us.
I need to know if something happens, you guys are going to continue this on. If I can't go to trial, you guys are going to continue and stand on my behalf. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So instead of waiting for them, I went and bypassed them and asked Brother Mack. Oh my God. Oh my God. I asked him to take me to the bathroom. He had never touched me before. You filthy little whore. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I can't believe you're making me do this. As he was unbuttoning his pants, I could hear everybody in the church still in the background. I could hear everybody. I remember telling him I just wanted my mom. I said, I want my mom.
New Bethany Home for Girls in Arcadia, Louisiana, operated from the 1970s through 2001. State officials and law enforcement documented numerous confirmed reports of physical abuse of children who lived in the residential private Christian home. The state conducted 2 raids at the home in 1988 and 1996, removing children from the campus. But the home was never permanently shut down by state officials or law enforcement. No one at the home, including founder and minister Mack Ford, was ever prosecuted in connection with the abuse. New Bethany finally closed its doors on its own accord in 2001. Since then, women have come forward, claiming they had been raped by Mack Ford while under his care.
We weren't taught about a God of love, you know. It was a God of anger and rage and vengeance, and it's chucking people into this everlasting lake of fire. He's a pedophile. He's a rapist. He wanted to control everything, and he did it through fear. And the sad part about it is it worked for so many years. Just decades of children just destroyed. And how do you make that better?
I don't know if I was asleep. I really don't. I don't know. I just felt his hand up my shirt, on my breast, and I wanted to die.
Stood pretty close to me and asked me if I was a pure lady. I mean, I had no idea what he was talking about. Pushed me down to my knees and unbuttoned his coveralls. He always wore coveralls when he was not up in the pulpit in his silk shirts.
I can recall every time I've been hit, but I can't recall every time I was raped. It happened on the compound. It happened in his house, the school, the cafeteria.
On the bus, so me in the van, in his car, and he kept telling me, you need this, I smell, you need this. And I just wish that those people that are sitting out in that congregation and he's preaching hell, fire, and brimstone would realize he just got through screwing a little girl. Now how do you feel about him?
Couldn't tell anybody, you know. And even if you did tell anybody, they wouldn't believe you. And the beatings that you received there were so horrific that it just was not worth even taking that risk.
It haunts me in every way. I never was able to grow up and be the person that I should have been, or needed to be, or wanted to be. I failed as a mom, a wife, a daughter.
I'm sure there's a few parents who had good intentions and not realizing, but the bulk of us were throwaways. Maybe a year and 9 months or a year doesn't seem a lot, like a long time to people, but at a critical stage of development in a child, brainwashing doesn't take that long. And some part of me believed, a big part of me, like the most important part of me, believed I wasn't worth protecting.
Women who attended New Bethany as teenagers found each other online as adults, and they began to share their stories of abuse. A number of these women reunited in Shreveport recently. They came from all over the country in support of Jennifer Halter, who had traveled from Nevada to fulfill her dying wish, to report her claim of sexual assaults that occurred 25 years ago.
I mean, we were all there a decade apart from each other. And we were all his victim.
The women drove to Arcadia, where Jennifer planned on making her report. However, when they arrived at the Bienville Parish Courthouse, they were first told the case had been handed over to the state police.
Wait a minute, we got a report to make.
I told him that, and he said, then you gotta go to the state attorney. And let me tell you something, honey. He handed me a piece of paper and escorted me out.
Go ask him again.
He escorted me out physically.
Can they actually deny?
They can't deny
me a police report.
Ask them.
So they're refusing to take a report? And who said this?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean,
You're
who's-
asking me.
But who's that? Who's
The
telling?
sheriff.
The sheriff. I'm sorry. What is his name? John Ballas.
Balance.
Balance.
Got all the information.
Okay. So don't go to the state attorney or state police.
State police.
Okay. And where are they located?
Upon learning of Jennifer's terminal illness and the distance she traveled, they finally agreed to take her report.
Go, Jen.
The next time I come, hopefully it'll be putting him behind bars.
Remember the gates and they had the X's that go through?
They're still there.
I want all of you guys to go with me. If you don't, I'll go by myself. But I gotta do it because my time's running out and I can't. I want to know if I can let it go.
Oh, you know what, God? You brought me like this close, and you need to look out for all of us, please.
This is the road that I yelled right here. That's the road my mom left me on. I was raped on this compound so many times in so many areas. I always said, I wonder how much we left behind here, besides, of course, our souls. I mean, and there's supposed to be a God out there that is so sacred and so pure. I love you, girl. To take our innocence, our faith.
Okay, go. Oh my God, somebody's down there.
It's okay. They can't. They're not gonna hurt you.
I know.
That's him standing right there.
The blue coveralls.
He's coming back. Come on. I don't want to confront. I don't want a confrontation with him.
To be real honest, I'm not real hopeful they're gonna do anything. I mean, these people it's like they're crawling into a hole and hiding from us. You know, they've taken an oath to do their job. In my opinion, they weren't doing it then, and they're not doing it now.